Welcome to the 1 Hour Investor. This book is written for anyone who wants to build wealth without fear and without stress. Many people believe investing is hard, confusing, or risky. But the truth is simple. You do not need long hours. You do not need complex charts. You do not need secret tricks. You only need calm habits and 1 hour each week. In this book, you will learn how simple actions can shape a strong future. You will see how slow steps lead to steady growth. You will discover how to protect your mind from fear and greed. This is a guide for a peaceful and powerful money journey. Let us begin this path with clarity and confidence. Chapter 1. The Promise of 1 Hour Investing. Imagine a life where money does not control your mood. A life where you do not feel lost when people talk about investing. A life where wealth grows quietly in the background while you focus on your dreams. This is the promise of 1 hour investing. It is simple. It is calm. It is made for people who want peace more than pressure. The world often tells you that wealth demands long days, deep study, and constant watching of the market. But that is not true for most people. You do not need to live with stress to build a strong future. You only need clear habits and a steady routine. The heart of this idea is very gentle. You give 1 focused hour each week to your financial life. You use that hour to check your spending, add to your savings, and guide your investments. When the hour ends, you stop thinking about money. You return to your life with peace. This 1 hour acts like a seed that grows into a forest over time. It may look small in the beginning, but small actions repeated again and again become powerful. Most people struggle with investing, not because the ideas are hard, but because their emotions pull them in many directions. Fear whispers that the market may fall. Greed shouts that they may miss a chance to get rich fast. Confusion tells them they do not know enough. This book shows you another way. A calm way. A simple way. A way where you understand yourself first, then guide your money with confidence. 1 hour investing removes noise from your mind. It gives you a clear boundary. You do not check the market all day. You do not react to every headline. You do not jump from one idea to another. Instead, you follow a quiet rhythm. This rhythm builds discipline. It builds clarity. It builds a future that grows with patience. The promise here is not fast wealth. Fast wealth is like a sudden flame. It rises quickly, but dies quickly. The promise here is lasting wealth. Lasting wealth is like a steady sunrise. Slow, warm, bright. It grows in a way that feels safe and peaceful. People often feel they need special talent to invest well. They imagine that only experts can win. But the truth is much kinder. Most experts do not predict the future well. Most experts cannot escape their own emotions. The strongest investor is not the smartest. The strongest investor is the calmest. Calm thinking leads to wise choices. Wise choices repeated over many years create strong results. This chapter invites you to shift your view of investing. Do not think of it as a race. Do not think of it as a gamble. Do not think of it as a mystery. Think of it as a gentle craft. A craft that anyone can learn. A craft that values patience over speed. A craft that rewards small, consistent steps more than brave, risky leaps. The 1 hour method also frees your mind. Many people lose their peace because they think about money every day. They check prices again and again. They panic when the market drops. They celebrate too soon when it rises. Their emotions swing like a door in the storm. With the 1 hour method, you close that door. You let your emotions rest. You act only inside your quiet weekly hour. This promise of peace is as important as the promise of wealth. What use is money if you lose joy while chasing it? What use is profit if your thoughts never rest? This approach protects your mind and your future together. As you read this book, you will discover that wealth building is not about doing many things. It is about doing a few things well. It is about knowing your plan and following it. It is about trusting time more than trends. It is about letting patience do what pressure cannot. This first chapter is your doorway. When you walk through it, you leave behind stress and noise. You enter a space where wealth building becomes gentle and steady. You enter a world where simple habits create powerful results. You step into a journey that grows stronger with each peaceful hour. The promise of 1 hour investing is both clear and beautiful. You can build wealth without fear. You can move forward even if you are a beginner. You can grow your money while living a balanced life. You can shape a future that feels safe and bright. This journey begins now, with calm, with clarity, with 1 hour each week. Chapter 2. Why Slow and Steady Always Wins. Most people enter the world of investing with one strong desire. They want fast results. They want big jumps in wealth. They dream of a sudden rise that changes everything overnight. But this dream often brings disappointment. Fast moves also bring fast losses. Fast hopes also bring fast fears. This is why slow and steady always wins. It wins because it is gentle. It wins because it is calm. It wins because it works with time instead of fighting it. When you choose slow growth, you choose a path that matches real life. A tree does not grow in one moment. It grows in quiet stages. A river carves stone not with force, but with steady flow. Your wealth is the same. It becomes strong when you give it space to rise slowly, when you allow time to do the shaping, when you let patience guide your steps. The world around you often celebrates speed. People talk about lucky moments. People show sudden success. But these stories hide the long hours behind them. Slow growth is honest. Slow growth is real. Slow growth does not promise magic. It promises results that last. Even small progress becomes powerful when it continues without stopping. The calm investor knows that steady habits beat sudden decisions. When markets rise fast, fear of missing out appears. This fear tells you to jump in without thinking. When markets fall, panic appears. This panic tells you to run away. Both emotions push you toward risky choices. Slow investing protects you from these emotional storms. It teaches you to look far ahead instead of reacting to the moment. It teaches you to trust the process more than the noise around you. Slow and steady does not mean weak. It means controlled. It means planned. It means strong. When you move slowly, you think clearly. You decide calmly. You follow your plan with confidence. You do not chase trends. You do not run from fear. You stay focused on what truly matters. This approach also builds discipline. Discipline is the quiet strength behind every successful investor. It is not loud. It is not exciting. But it shapes your future with each small step. Each week you save a little. Each week you invest a little. Each week your effort grows quietly. It may feel slow in the moment, but over the years it becomes a mountain. Many people fail because they want results too soon. They plant a seed and expect a full tree in one day. When they do not see fast results, they give up. They stop saving. They stop investing. They lose patience. But the steady investor understands that great things need time. A small seed becomes a tree only when it is watered with consistency. Your wealth becomes strong only when you support it with patience. Slow progress also gives you emotional safety. Rapid changes create stress. They force you to check the market again and again. They make you doubt your choices. But slow progress feels peaceful. It feels stable. It feels like a calm path instead of a roller coaster. This peace helps you make better decisions. Better decisions lead to better results. There is also power in letting time multiply your money. Time turns small amounts into large ones. Time turns steady, saving into strong wealth. Time rewards people who remain patient. When you invest regularly and allow time to work, growth becomes easier. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need brilliant predictions. You only need to stay steady. Slow and steady investing shapes your character as well. It teaches you to avoid greed. It teaches you to stay calm during fear. It teaches you to trust simple routines. It helps you build a mindset that is strong enough to face any financial storm. With this mindset, you do not panic when things look uncertain. You do not rush when things look exciting. You stay balanced. In a world filled with noise and pressure, slow and steady becomes your shield. It protects your future from emotional mistakes. It protects your savings from risky decisions. It protects your peace from the stress that many investors feel each day. This path may not be dramatic, but it is honest and effective. As you move forward, remember that slow progress is still progress. Each week brings you a little closer to your dream. Each month adds strength to your future. Each year builds a foundation that cannot be shaken easily. This chapter is your reminder that patience is not weakness. Patience is wisdom. Patience is power. Patience is the hidden force that turns simple habits into lasting wealth. Slow and steady wins because it never stops. Slow and steady wins because it works with time. Slow and steady wins because it keeps you calm, focused, and consistent. Let this truth stay with you as you continue your journey. Your wealth does not need to explode. It only needs to grow, and it will, as long as you remain steady, patient, and clear in your steps. Chapter 3. Know your money mind. Before you invest a single coin, you must understand the mind that guides your choices. Your money mind shapes every decision you make. It decides whether you save or spend. It decides whether you stay calm or panic. It decides whether you follow your plan or run towards shortcuts. Knowing your money mind is the first true step toward peaceful wealth. Many people think investing is only about charts and reports. But investing begins inside you. Your emotions, thoughts, habits, and beliefs create your financial future long before the market does. If your mind is calm, your decisions become wise. If your mind is confused, your decisions become risky. This is why the journey toward wealth is also a journey towards self-awareness. Your money mind carries old stories. Some stories come from your family. Some come from society. Some come from past struggles. You may have grown up hearing that money is hard to earn, or that investing is dangerous, or that only lucky people become wealthy. These stories shape how you think today. But not all stories are true. Some stories guide you. Some stories limit you. You must learn which ones to keep and which ones to release. Fear is a strong part of the money mind. Fear whispers that you might lose everything. Fear tells you to hold back even when the path is safe. Fear makes you imagine worst possible results. Fear creates hesitation and doubt. If fear controls your decisions, your wealth will grow slowly or not at all. But fear can be understood. Fear can be guided. Fear can be replaced with steady confidence when you learn how to listen to it calmly. Greed is another powerful force. Greed appears when the market rises. Greed tells you to take big risks. Greed promises quick rewards. Greed makes you forget your plan. It pushes you to chase shiny opportunities that look exciting but often lead to regret. Greed burns brightly but fades quickly. A wise investor must learn to recognize the voice of greed and step back from its trap. The money mind also struggles with noise. The world is full of opinions. People around you share tips. News channels shout warnings. Social media shows success stories. This noise pushes your mind in many directions. But good investing needs silence. Silence helps you think clearly. Silence helps you stay loyal to your plan. Silence protects you from chasing every new idea that appears. Another part of knowing your money mind is understanding your natural habits. Some people spend quickly when they feel stress. Some people stop spending even when they need to. Some people try to impress others with what they buy. Some people forget to save because they avoid thinking about money. These habits are not moral or immoral. They are simply patterns. You can change them once you see them clearly. The most powerful skill you can learn is the ability to pause before acting. A short pause protects you from emotional decisions. A short pause allows your mind to settle. A short pause gives you space to ask yourself one important question. Is this choice part of my plan? If the answer is yes, move forward. If the answer is no, step back. This simple pause can save you from many mistakes. Your money mind also needs clarity. Clarity comes when you know why you are investing. Are you building a peaceful future? Are you preparing for a big dream? Are you trying to gain freedom from stress? When your reason is clear, your actions become stable. When you know your why, you are less likely to be shaken by short-term changes. Another key part of mastering your money mind is accepting that you cannot control everything. You cannot control the market. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can control your habits. You can control your reactions. You can control your goals. This understanding brings calmness. It stops you from fighting the things you cannot change. Your mind becomes stronger when you practice awareness. Awareness means noticing when you feel fear, noticing when you feel greed, noticing when you feel confused, noticing when you feel pressure. When you notice these feelings, they lose their power. You no longer act blindly. You act with intention. Knowing your money mind is not a one-time task. It is a slow discovery. Each week you learn something new about yourself. Each month you see how your emotions behave. Each year you understand your strengths and weaknesses more clearly. This knowledge helps you grow, not only as an investor, but also as a person. In the end, investing is not only about money. It is about mindset. Your money simply follows your thinking. When your mind is steady, your wealth becomes steady. When your mind is peaceful, your financial path becomes peaceful. When your mind is disciplined, your future becomes bright. This chapter reminds you that the strongest investment tool you have is not in the market. It is inside you. Your money mind shapes the direction of your entire journey. When you understand it, guide it, and strengthen it, you gain control over your financial future. With a clear mind, calm emotions, and steady habits, you become the kind of investor who grows wealth without stress. This is the foundation of the 1-hour journey. The journey continues with clarity and confidence. Chapter 4. The Power of Simple Plans. A simple plan is the heart of stress-free investing. Many people believe that a good plan must be complicated. They think real success requires complex rules, deep formulas, and constant adjustments. But the truth is the opposite. Simple plans work better because they are easy to follow. They remove confusion. They reduce pressure. They keep your mind calm and focused. A simple plan does not mean a weak plan. It means a clear and strong plan that fits real life. Your life is busy, your days are full. You cannot spend endless hours studying markets or chasing trends. A simple plan respects your time. It allows you to grow wealth without losing peace. It gives you the freedom to focus on your life while your money grows quietly in the background. The first power of a simple plan is clarity. When your plan is clear, you always know what to do next. You know when to save. You know when to invest. You know how much to invest. You know which habits matter. There is no confusion, no guessing, no stress. Clarity turns a confusing journey into a gentle path. A simple plan also protects you from emotional mistakes. When markets become noisy, people without plans react quickly. They jump in when things look exciting. They run away when things look scary. Their decisions change with every headline. But a simple plan keeps you steady. You follow your steps even when emotions rise. You follow your routine even when the world feels uncertain. Your plan becomes your anchor in every storm. Another strength of simple plans is consistency. Complex plans often fail because they require constant attention. If you miss one step, the whole system breaks. But a simple plan survives busy days. It survives distraction. It survives stress. Even when life becomes difficult, you can still follow a simple plan. This consistency is what builds wealth over time. Small actions done again and again are far more powerful than big actions done rarely. Simple plans also reduce fear. Fear grows in confusion. Fear grows when you feel lost. Fear grows when you do not understand what you are doing. But when your plan is simple, you understand every step you take. This understanding brings peace. It gives you confidence. It gives you strength to continue even when the path looks long. A simple plan may include a few basic rules. Save a fixed amount each week. Invest in safe and steady choices. Review your progress calmly. Avoid chasing trends. Stay patient. These rules may look small, but they create powerful results when followed with discipline. Another powerful benefit of simple plans is that they help you avoid unnecessary risk. Complicated plans often push people into risky strategies that they do not fully understand. This creates stress and regret. But simple plans keep you grounded. They encourage you to focus on long-term stability instead of short-term excitement. They help you build wealth slowly, safely, and steadily. A simple plan also supports long-term thinking. When your steps are clear and steady, you stop worrying about daily market changes. You stop looking for quick wins. You stop comparing yourself with others. Instead, you focus on your own journey. You trust your routine. You let time work for you. This long-term mindset is the true strength behind lasting wealth. Simple plans are also easy to adjust. Life changes. Your goals change. Your income changes. Your needs change. A simple plan can grow with you. You can make small adjustments without losing balance. You can move forward without breaking everything you built. This flexibility keeps you strong through every season of life. Most importantly, a simple plan removes pressure. You no longer feel that investing is a burden. You no longer fear making mistakes. You no longer feel lost or uncertain. Your plan gives you structure. Your plan gives you peace. Your plan gives you confidence to take steady steps. In the end, simplicity is not just a strategy, it is a gift. A simple plan gives you a clear mind. A simple plan gives you a calm heart. A simple plan gives you a roadmap that anyone can follow, no matter their experience. This chapter reminds you that your strength does not come from complexity. It comes from clarity, patience, and steady action. With a simple plan, your journey becomes peaceful. With a simple plan, your decisions become wise. With a simple plan, your future becomes strong. This is the quiet power that guides every successful one-hour investor. Chapter 5. Spend less than you earn. This is one of the simplest ideas in the world of money, yet it is also one of the most powerful. Spend less than you earn. It sounds easy, it sounds obvious, but it shapes the entire foundation of your financial future. If you follow this rule, wealth grows naturally. If you ignore it, no strategy will save you. This chapter is about turning this simple truth into a peaceful way of living. When you spend less than you earn, you create space. Space for saving. Space for investing. Space for emergencies. Space for new choices. Without this space, money becomes tight. Stress grows. Fear rises. Life feels heavier than it needs to be. But with even a small space between your income and spending, life becomes lighter. You breathe easier. You feel safer. You begin to move forward with confidence. Many people spend without thinking. They buy to impress others. They buy to feel better for a moment. They buy because the world tells them to buy. But spending without purpose steals your future. Every coin spent mindlessly is a coin that could have grown for you. Your future self depends on the choices you make today. Every small saving becomes a seed. Every seed becomes a tree. Every tree becomes a forest. This is why spending less than you earn is not a restriction. It is a powerful freedom. This idea does not mean you must live a life without joy. Joy does not come from owning more things. Joy comes from peace, purpose, and balance. When you learn to spend with awareness, you still enjoy life. You simply choose what truly matters. You choose experiences that bring meaning. You choose comforts that support your well-being. You avoid waste. You avoid pressure. You avoid chasing the lifestyle of others. This creates a healthier relationship with money. The mind often confuses wants with needs. A want is something that brings short happiness. A need is something that supports your life. When these two become mixed, money flows out quickly. But when you separate them, you gain control. You learn to pause before buying. You ask yourself simple questions. Do I really need this? Does this move me forward? Will this matter in the long run? This pause protects your future again and again. Spending less than you earn also builds discipline. Discipline is quiet. Discipline is gentle, but it has great power. Each month you decide to save a little. Each month you learn to be thoughtful. Each month your habits grow stronger. Over time, this discipline becomes natural. You no longer fight with yourself. You no longer struggle to control impulses. You feel steady and in charge. Another important part of this idea is lifestyle control. As income rises, many people increase their spending immediately. They buy more. They upgrade everything. They lose the space they once had. This is called lifestyle drift. It destroys long-term wealth. But a wise investor grows income while keeping lifestyle steady. This creates a gap that grows bigger with each year. This gap becomes savings. Savings become investments. Investments become wealth. Wealth becomes freedom. Freedom becomes peace. Spending less than you earn also protects you from debt traps. Debt is heavy. Debt steals your future. Debt grows quietly in the background until it becomes a burden. But when you spend wisely, you avoid this weight. You stay free from long-term stress. You stay free from paying more than you should. You stay free from financial pressure that many people carry every day. This idea also strengthens your emotional life. When you are not stretching your money to its limit, you feel secure. You do not fear every small expense. You do not panic when emergencies appear. You do not feel lost when the world changes. You have a cushion. You have a plan. You have control. This emotional safety has great value. It makes your daily life calmer. It makes your decisions clearer. Spending less than you earn is not about denying yourself. It is about choosing wisely. It is about respecting your future. It is about giving yourself the gift of stability. The coins you do not spend carelessly today will support you tomorrow. They will give you options. They will give you freedom. They will give you the power to shape your life with intention. This simple idea becomes even stronger when combined with the 1-hour method. Each week, you check your spending calmly. You see where your money is going. You understand your habits. You notice what needs adjustment. You make small changes. These small changes add up to big results. The journey becomes gentle and controlled. In the end, spending less than you earn is not just a rule. It is a way of living. It is a mindset of awareness. It is a path of peace. It reminds you that wealth is not created through big, sudden actions. It is created through small, wise choices made again and again. This chapter invites you to look at your money with clarity, to understand your spending, to respect your future, to create a space where wealth can grow safely. This simple idea, when practiced with patience, becomes the foundation for a strong and stress-free financial life. Chapter 6. The 1-hour Wealth Routine. There is a calm feeling that comes when you know your money is under control. Not perfect, not fancy, simply under control. This chapter shows you how to build that calm feeling with a routine that takes only 1 hour each week. 1 hour that slowly shapes your future. 1 hour that reduces stress. 1 hour that gives you power instead of confusion. Most people avoid money tasks because they imagine they will take many hours. They feel lost. They feel behind. They feel the work will be too difficult. But when you break the whole money journey into small weekly steps, everything becomes lighter. And when you repeat that tiny routine again and again, it becomes a habit that quietly builds wealth over the years. The 1 hour routine is not about doing everything. It is about doing the few things that matter most. Money grows when you take simple actions regularly, not when you chase every idea. Think of this hour like a weekly meeting with your future self. A promise that you will show up. A promise that you will protect your goals. A promise that you will keep moving forward, even if slowly. The hour is divided into simple parts. First comes awareness. You spend a short moment looking at where your money went during the week. You do not judge yourself. You do not shame yourself. You simply look. Awareness brings clarity. Clarity brings better choices. Better choices bring a stronger life. Next comes planning. You look at what is coming in the next week. Maybe a bill. Maybe a small celebration. Maybe something you want to save for. This gentle planning keeps surprises small and stops stress from growing. When you plan ahead, you turn chaos into something predictable. You become the driver of your financial life instead of a passenger. Then comes the heart of the routine. You invest. This does not mean you study the market or follow news. It only means you add a little to your chosen wealth builder, a simple fund. A safe option. Something you already decided earlier in the book. By repeating this step every week, you turn consistency into strength. Money grows when you feed it. Even a small amount each week creates progress that your future self will thank you for. After this, you take a moment to review your goals. This is not a long session. Just a quiet reminder of what you truly want. A peaceful home. A strong savings base. Freedom from stress. Travel. Education for children. Retirement comfort. Whatever your goals are, looking at them each week keeps your heart aligned with your actions. When your heart and actions move in the same direction, life becomes easier. The final part of the hour is reflection. Ask yourself what went well this week. Ask yourself what felt difficult. Ask what small change could make next week smoother. This reflection is like cleaning your mental desk. It removes clutter. It keeps you steady. It turns lessons into habits. Many people believe building wealth requires genius or special knowledge. The truth is far simpler. Wealth grows in small steps, repeated for a long time. Your 1-hour routine is a lighthouse that keeps you steady even when the world is noisy and confusing. By showing up every week, you train your mind to stay calm about money. You learn that progress is not a race. It is a rhythm. A gentle rhythm that shapes your life without pressure. Some weeks will feel easy. Some weeks will feel heavy. But as long as you sit down and complete your hour, you stay on track. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about returning to the routine again and again. When you honor the 1-hour habit, you build a long-lasting friendship with your future self. You prove to yourself that you can be trusted with your goals. Remember, the 1-hour routine is not a rule. It is a guide. If 1 week you only manage half an hour, it is still progress. If 1 week life becomes too busy, you simply return the next week. No guilt, no punishment, only commitment. This gentle approach keeps your mind clear and makes the journey sustainable. Over time, the hour becomes something you look forward to. A small pause, a small reset, a small moment of control in a world that moves too fast. This is not just a routine. It is a gift you give yourself. A gift of order. A gift of peace. A gift of steady wealth that grows quietly in the background of your life. When you keep this routine for many weeks and many months, you will notice something powerful. Your stress begins to shrink. Your confidence begins to grow. Your understanding deepens without effort. This is the real secret of the 1-hour investor. Not speed, not luck, not risk, but calm, simple, steady action done again and again. Chapter 7. Choosing Safe Wealth Builders. In this chapter, we talk about something very important. What should you invest in? What should you avoid? How do you choose options that help you sleep peacefully at night? Many people fear investing because they think it means taking big risks. They imagine losing everything in one moment. They imagine complicated charts and loud news reports. But the truth is far gentler. You do not need risky bets to build wealth. You need safe and simple choices that grow slowly with time. Safe wealth builders do not make your heart race. They do not demand constant attention. They do not push you into fear or greed. They simply rise over the years as the world grows. A safe wealth builder is something that follows the progress of many companies together. Not one company, not one idea, not one trend. When your money is spread across many businesses, the risk becomes small. If one company struggles, others support the growth. This is why simple funds that hold many companies are trusted all over the world. They are the quiet helpers of long-term wealth. They do not promise fast results. They promise steady results. Many new investors make the same mistake. They try to pick the next big winning stock. They look for shortcuts. They chase tips. They follow rumors. This path creates stress and often leads to disappointment. You do not need to become a market expert. You only need to choose wealth builders that already proved their strength over many years. When you choose safety, you choose peace. And when you choose peace, you stay on the journey longer. This is how wealth is truly built. Another safe wealth builder is a fund that follows broad government bonds. These are loans to stable governments. They usually grow slowly, but provide stability during uncertain times. They are not exciting. They do not jump up quickly. But when the market becomes shaky, they act like a calm anchor. A balanced investor often mixes stock funds and bond funds to create a comfortable blend of growth and stability. Some people believe that safe investing means low returns. But that is not the full picture. Safe investing means avoiding dramatic losses. Avoiding losses is a powerful way to grow over a long period. When you do not fall hard, you do not need to climb back painfully. Slow and steady growth wins the race of life. Fast and risky jumps often end in regret. This is why safe wealth builders are perfect for the 1-hour investor. They grow quietly while you live your life. They require almost no maintenance. They protect you from emotional mistakes. Another valuable wealth builder is a fund that tracks businesses across the entire world. This gives you exposure to many economies, not only your own. When one country faces trouble, another may grow. This balance protects your overall wealth. Global funds allow you to benefit from worldwide progress without studying every nation. They are simple. They are broad. They are reliable for long journeys. Before choosing your wealth builders, ask yourself one gentle question. What kind of investor am I? Do I want calm growth with very low stress? Do I want a mix of calm and excitement? Do I want steady progress even during bad years? Knowing your own money personality helps you choose what fits your life. Your choice does not have to match what others are doing. Your journey is yours alone. When selecting a wealth builder, keep these ideas close. Choose something simple. Choose something broad. Choose something with a long history of stability. Choose something that does not require your attention daily. Choose something that aligns with your comfort level. These gentle rules protect you from most common mistakes. One more truth must be said clearly. No investment is perfect. Even safe wealth builders can rise and fall. But they do not fall in a dramatic or destructive way. Their rise over the years is far greater than their temporary dips. This is why patience is essential. A safe option works only when you hold it for a long time. Time is the partner that completes the work. When you choose your wealth builder, do not hurry. Read a little, learn a little, but do not drown yourself in research. Just make a calm decision based on simple principles. Once you choose, stick with it. Changing your plan too often creates confusion and breaks progress. Your money needs consistency. Your routine needs stability. Safe wealth builders free your mind. They allow you to focus on your work, your family, your dreams, and your joy. You do not spend your days worrying about the market. You do not refresh charts every hour. You do not fear the next headline. Instead, you trust the slow strength of the world's progress. You trust the companies that serve millions of people. You trust the power of time itself. You are not trying to be a hero. You are trying to build a peaceful future. The world rewards those who stay steady, not those who chase noise. In the next chapter, we explore how to understand the market without stress, so you can stay calm even when things look uncertain. Chapter 8. Understanding the market without stress. The market is one of the most misunderstood places in the financial world. People picture flashing screens, fast-talking traders, and confusing charts. They think the market is a wild machine that must be tamed. They think understanding it requires special knowledge or secret skills. But the truth is far simpler. The market is just a living reflection of human behavior. People buying, people selling, people reacting, people guessing. Nothing more. When you understand this, you stop fearing the market. You stop trying to predict it. You stop treating it like a puzzle that must be solved. The market is not a test you need to pass. It is simply a place where long-term patience wins and short-term noise fades away. The first thing to understand is this. The market always moves in waves. Sometimes the waves rise. Sometimes the waves fall. Sometimes they stay flat. Everyone experiences these movements. There is no way to escape them. Trying to avoid market waves is like trying to avoid the weather. The goal is not to control the weather. The goal is to be prepared for it. Many people become stressed because they focus on daily movements. They check their investments too often. They see small drops and panic. They see sudden rises and become greedy. This emotional roller coaster creates worry and leads to poor decisions. If you want peace, you must shift your attention from the short view to the long view. Short view brings stress. Long view brings calm. The long view tells a simple story. Even with crashes and corrections, the market has grown over many decades. Not because of luck, not because of magic. Because people keep building new businesses. People keep creating new ideas. People keep working, producing, and solving problems. When the world grows, the market slowly grows with it. This is the gentle truth behind long-term investing. Another important idea is this. You do not need to understand every detail to succeed. You only need to understand the basics. The market moves up and down. These movements are normal. These movements do not decide your future. Your behavior decides your future. Your patience, your routine, your discipline. These are far more important than market predictions. You may hear experts making big claims about what will happen next. Some say a big rise is coming. Some say a big fall is certain. Some speak with confidence, but confidence does not equal accuracy. Even experts cannot predict the future consistently. So why should you try? Instead of trying to be right, choose to be consistent. Consistency wins over prediction every time. To understand the market without stress, treat it like a long journey. A journey with hills and valleys. A journey where progress is measured not by one day or 1 month, but by many years. If the path becomes rough for a short while, you keep walking. If the path becomes smooth, you enjoy the comfort, but stay steady. This mindset removes pressure and brings clarity. Another peaceful truth is this. A market drop does not mean danger. It often means opportunity. When prices fall, long-term investors can buy more at a discount. This is the beauty of patience. When others panic, you remain calm. When others sell in fear, you continue building. Over time, this calm approach creates strong results. The market is emotional, but you do not have to be. You can choose a simple plan. You can choose safe wealth builders. You can choose steady contributions. These choices protect you from stress during uncertain times. Your job is not to control the ups and downs. Your job is to keep your routine. You may ask yourself how to stay calm when headlines are frightening. The answer is simple. Return to your long view. Look at the decades behind you. Look at how many times the world faced fear. Look at how many times the market recovered. Look at how progress continued. This pattern repeats again and again. Fear shouts loudly. Progress speaks quietly. But progress always returns. Understanding the market without stress is not about gaining more knowledge. It is about removing unnecessary noise. It is about trusting time. It is about trusting your plan. It is about accepting that ups and downs are part of the journey. When you stop trying to predict the market, you free your mind. When you stop reacting to every movement, you protect your wealth. When you trust long-term growth, you make better choices. This calm relationship with the market is one of the greatest strengths of the 1-hour investor. In the next chapter, we explore the habit that builds a strong future and how small actions today create big results in the years to come. Chapter 9. The habit that builds a strong future. Every strong future is built on a small habit repeated again and again. Not a giant plan. Not a perfect strategy. Not a moment of luck. A simple habit. A gentle rhythm. A steady pattern that shapes your life without forcing you. When people look at successful investors, they often imagine something dramatic. They think there must be a secret technique. They think there must be a powerful skill. But the real secret is consistency. Consistency turns simple steps into extraordinary results. Consistency transforms average decisions into long-term strength. The habit that builds a strong future is this. Save a little. Invest a little. Repeat again and again. Do it weekly or monthly as part of your 1-hour routine. Never overthink it. Never expect instant results. Just show up. Just continue. Why does such a small habit work so well? Because time multiplies quiet actions. Time takes every small contribution and stretches it across your life. Time gives your money the chance to grow and expand. Time rewards patience far more than it rewards talent. This is why even small consistent actions can change a person's entire financial path. Imagine planting a tiny seed. You water it gently. You allow sunlight to reach it. You protect it from harm. For weeks, nothing seems to happen. It feels slow. It feels unseen. But deep under the soil, roots are forming. Strength is building. Then one day, a small sprout appears. This is how wealth grows. Quiet roots first. Visible results later. The habit must be simple because simple habits survive. Complicated habits collapse when life becomes busy. A strong future depends on habits you can keep even on your worst days. This is why you do not aim for large actions. You aim for repeatable actions. Actions that feel light. Actions that feel possible. Actions that do not drain you. Another part of building a strong habit is removing friction. Friction is anything that makes a task harder than it needs to be. If it takes too much effort to save or invest, you will delay it. If your process requires too many steps, you will avoid it. The solution is to make your habits smooth. Set up automatic transfers if possible. Prepare your choices in advance. Create a simple routine that requires almost no thought. When friction is low, consistency becomes easy. Habits also grow stronger when you link them to your identity. Instead of saying, "I want to be an investor," say, "I am an investor." Instead of saying, "I will try to save," say, "I am someone who saves." When you shift your identity, your behavior naturally follows. Your mind begins to protect this identity. Your choices become aligned with who you believe you are. This makes the habit stable and long-lasting. Another gentle truth about habits is this: you do not need motivation to continue. Motivation comes and goes. Habits remain. When you rely on motivation, you might act only on good days. When you rely on routine, you act on all days. This difference decides the strength of your future. The habit that builds wealth also builds confidence. Each time you follow your plan, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. You build a quiet pride inside your heart. You no longer feel lost or behind. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes responsibility, someone who makes progress, someone who is shaping their future actively. Some weeks will be smooth, some weeks will be challenging, but your habit remains the anchor that keeps you steady. Even when life feels uncertain, your habit gives you stability. Even when emotions rise, your habit returns you to calm action. Even when the world feels noisy, your habit keeps your direction clear. Another powerful part of this habit is awareness. When you practice your routine, you begin to notice small wins. A little more saved. A little more invested. A little more control. These tiny wins add strength to your mind. They show you that progress is possible. They show you that small steps matter. They show you that patience works. The habit that builds a strong future is not about perfection. It is about showing up. It is about doing the next simple step. It is about trusting that time will do its work. If you keep your habit alive, your future becomes brighter. If you stay consistent, your future becomes powerful. Your habit is the bridge between today and the life you want. In the next chapter, we explore how to protect your wealth from yourself, because the biggest threat to financial growth often comes from emotional decisions, not market movements. Chapter 10. Protecting your wealth from yourself. The biggest danger to your wealth is not the market. It is not the economy. It is not what other people are doing. The biggest danger is your own emotions. Fear, greed, stress, impatience. These silent forces can damage your financial future if you do not understand them. This chapter shows you how to protect your wealth from yourself. Money carries emotion because money represents safety, comfort, and hope. So when something threatens your money even a little, you may panic. And when something seems too good to be true, you may chase it. These emotional reactions feel natural, but they lead to choices that hurt your long-term progress. The first emotion to watch is fear. Fear appears when the market falls. Fear appears when you hear negative news. Fear appears when people around you start worrying. Fear whispers that you should sell everything before it gets worse. Fear tells you to escape. But fear rarely protects wealth. More often, fear destroys wealth by pushing you to take action at the wrong time. The second emotion to guard against is greed. Greed appears when the market rises quickly. Greed appears when you see others making fast profits. Greed appears when someone promises effortless returns. Greed whispers that you should invest in something risky. Greed tells you that you are missing out. But greed is a trap. Greed leads to choices that look exciting, but often bring disappointment and loss. To protect your wealth from these emotions, you must build a shield of rules. Rules keep you safe when your mind becomes noisy. Rules prevent emotional decisions that feel right in the moment but hurt you later. Your rules should be simple and firm. Keep a long-term view. Stick to your routine. Trust your plan. Avoid reacting to headlines. Do not chase trends. These rules are like guardrails that keep your journey steady. Another way to protect your wealth is to understand the power of waiting. Most emotional mistakes happen because people act too quickly. They react the moment something moves. They feel pressured to do something now. When you learn to wait, you give your mind time to settle. You give your emotions time to calm. You allow patience to guide you instead of panic. Waiting is a hidden strength. Waiting protects you from impulsive choices. It is also important to create distance between you and your decisions. This means never making money choices when you feel emotional. If you feel anxious, pause. If you feel excited, pause. If you feel confused, pause. Take a walk. Drink water. Return later with a quiet mind. A quiet mind makes wise decisions. An emotional mind makes risky decisions. Some people check their investments too often, and this creates emotional storms. The more you stare at short-term changes, the more stressed you become. Small drops feel huge. Small rises feel meaningful. This constant watching activates fear and greed. One of the best ways to protect yourself is to look less often. Once a week during your routine is enough. Your wealth grows quietly in the background. It does not need your constant attention. The less noise you allow, the calmer you become. Another danger is comparison. People often compare their journey with others. They see someone earning more. They see someone investing differently. They see someone acting confident. Comparison creates doubt. Doubt makes you question your plan. And when you doubt your plan, you are more likely to abandon it at the wrong moment. Your journey is unique. Your goals are personal. Your plan is designed for your life. Comparison only distracts your mind and weakens your discipline. To protect your wealth from yourself, you must create a mental boundary. This boundary separates your long-term goals from your short-term feelings. Feelings change daily. Goals remain steady. When you stay connected to your long-term purpose, short-term emotions lose their power. Another helpful step is to celebrate progress. Every small step you take strengthens your identity as a calm and responsible investor. Celebrating these small wins builds confidence, and confidence protects you from fear-based choices. When you believe in your ability to stay consistent, you no longer panic easily. You no longer fall for risky promises. You no longer abandon your routine because of temporary noise. Also remember this truth: you will make mistakes. Everyone does. Do not punish yourself for mistakes. Do not replay them endlessly in your mind. Learn gently. Correct your course. And move forward. Mistakes do not ruin your journey unless you hold on to them emotionally. Protecting your wealth from yourself is a lifelong practice. Your mind will always feel fear during hard times. Your mind will always feel temptation during good times. But with awareness, rules, patience, and discipline, you can rise above these emotions. You can stay steady when others panic. You can continue your routine when others give up. You can keep your long-term vision clear, even when the world feels uncertain. In the next chapter, we explore the power of time and how letting time do the heavy lifting transforms slow steps into remarkable results. Chapter 11. Letting time do the heavy lifting. Many people think wealth is created by knowing the right moment to buy or sell. They believe success comes from predicting the future or timing the market perfectly. But real wealth grows through something far simpler and far more powerful. Time. Time is the silent partner that does most of the work for you. Time multiplies your efforts. Time expands your small actions. Time turns slow steps into strong results. When you understand this, you stop rushing. You stop pushing yourself into quick decisions. You stop looking for shortcuts. Instead, you allow time to play its role. You allow your investments to breathe. You allow progress to unfold naturally. The world rewards patience because patience allows time to work. Time is like a gentle wind that carries your money forward even when you are not watching. When you hold your investments for many years, you give time enough room to build value. Growth becomes smoother. Volatility becomes softer. Ups and downs become less frightening. Many investors fail because they expect time to act like a machine. They expect progress to be a straight line. But time moves in rhythms. Sometimes growth is fast. Sometimes growth is slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. But even when it feels invisible, the process continues quietly. Under the surface, your money is expanding through reinvested gains and long-term momentum. Most people underestimate the power of small amounts growing over long periods. They think small steps do not matter. But small steps repeated for many years become powerful. This is why the 1-hour investor does not need dramatic actions. You only need steady contributions and patience. Your part is small. Time's part is massive. Time also reduces risk. When you hold your investments for short periods, the ups and downs feel sharp. Every drop feels like danger. Every rise feels temporary. But when you stretch the period longer, the drops blend into the overall growth. The rises create lasting progress. What once looked scary becomes normal. What once felt confusing becomes clear. Time smooths the journey. Another reason time is powerful is because it gives space for economies to grow. Businesses expand, new ideas develop, people build things, improve things, and innovate. Over long periods, this creative force lifts markets upward. Even after hard times, progress returns. Time allows this natural cycle to work in your favor. To benefit from time, you must stop interrupting the process. Every time you panic and sell, you break the growth cycle. Every time you chase a trend, you delay your progress. Every time you abandon your plan, you lose the power of long-term compounding. Time helps only when you stay invested. Time rewards only those who remain steady. Think of your wealth as a tree. You plant it once. You water it with your routine. But the actual growing happens quietly. The branches extend on their own. The trunk thickens naturally. Your job is not to pull the leaves faster. Your job is to let time nourish the roots. Another truth to remember is that time protects you from mistakes. If you choose a broad, safe wealth builder, time gives you enough space to recover from temporary losses. You do not need perfect choices. You need long holding periods. A good decision held patiently outperforms a perfect decision held briefly. This is why quick results are not the goal. Quick results rely on luck. Quick results collapse easily. Quick results make your emotions unstable. But long-term results are steady and real. They build confidence. They create security. They turn your money into a quiet partner that works for you day and night. Time also teaches patience. When you watch your investments slowly grow year after year, you learn to trust the process. You begin to see that growth is not about speed. Growth is about staying planted. You learn that the world experiences storms, but storms pass. You learn that progress slows, but progress returns. You learn that calm consistency outperforms constant movement. To let time do the heavy lifting, create a simple mindset. Stay invested. Stay patient. Stay focused on the long horizon. Ignore noise. Ignore panic. Ignore temptation. Your calm attention creates space for time to work. Your discipline allows time to build your future. In the next chapter, we explore when to review and adjust your plan, so you maintain clarity without touching your investments too often, or disrupting the slow and steady magic of time. Chapter 12. When to review and adjust. Money grows best when we stay calm and steady. But calm and steady does not mean never changing. Life changes. Goals change. Income changes. Family needs change. The world changes too. So your plan must have space to adjust. The 1-hour investor does not chase every new thing. You do not jump just because someone else tells you to. You stay focused on your path. But once in a while, you look around and check if your path still leads where you want to go. This chapter teaches you how to review without stress and adjust without fear. Many people change their money plan too often. They react to news. They react to fear. They react to excitement. This keeps them in circles. They never give their plan enough time to work. On the other side, some people never review their plan at all. They hold on to old ideas that no longer fit their life. Both extremes create trouble. A good review is like a health check for your wealth. It is gentle. It is thoughtful. It is focused on the long term. You are not trying to predict the future. You are only checking if your actions still match your goals. If something is not working, you make a small adjustment. Small changes are easier to handle and easier to understand. So how often should you review your plan? Not every day. Not every week. Not every month. Most strong investors like to review roughly once or twice each year. Not to change everything, just to make sure everything still makes sense. Your plan should feel like a comfortable pair of shoes. If it starts to hurt, that is a sign to look again. Here are gentle questions to ask during your review. Is my income different now? Are my expenses higher or lower than last year? Do I need to save more because a new dream has arrived? Do I need to protect more because a new responsibility has arrived? Has something happened that could change my future? These questions guide you to important answers. They help you see where your life and money are moving together and where they are not. Maybe you welcomed a new baby. Maybe you want to buy a home sooner than expected. Maybe you received a better job. Maybe you lost a job and need more safety. Maybe a loved one now depends on you. Life events shape financial goals. Your review gives you space to honor these changes. During your review, look at your investments too. Not with fear, not with excitement, only with curiosity. Ask yourself these questions. Am I still investing in safe and simple wealth builders? Do I still understand where my money is going? Am I paying too much in fees? Does this plan still match my time horizon? These gentle checks protect your future. If something feels wrong, do not rush. You do not need to fix everything in one day. Write the thought down. Think about it for a while. Ask yourself why it feels wrong. Sometimes fear tries to push us into quick changes that are not helpful. Patience gives you the wisdom to make the right move. The goal of reviewing is not perfection. It is direction. You want to keep your money pointed toward your future dreams. Even if the direction shifts slightly, the journey continues. Small adjustments can make a big difference over many years. Here is a helpful way to think about adjusting your plan. Imagine you are sailing a boat. The ocean wind moves. The waves rise and fall. But if you check your direction once in a while and shift your sails just a little, you stay on course. If you ignore everything, the sea can take you anywhere. Your review is you holding the wheel with confidence. Some adjustments are emotional rather than mathematical. Maybe investing felt scary when you first started, but now you feel calmer and stronger. You might slowly increase your weekly investment amount. Or maybe the opposite has happened. Maybe stress has grown because life is heavy right now. You can adjust by investing a little less for a short period. The important thing is that you never quit the routine completely. One powerful part of reviewing is celebrating progress. Look at how far you have come. Look at the habit you have built. Look at the small amounts that have grown into more. Celebrate the strength of showing up every week. Celebration builds motivation. Motivation keeps your journey alive. You may also use your review time to simplify. Maybe you have too many accounts or too many apps. Maybe you follow too much financial news. Simplifying reduces stress. A simple plan is easier to adjust. A simple plan is easier to trust. If you ever feel unsure during a review, remember this truth. Time is your greatest partner. You do not need fast success. You only need steady success. A review is not a restart. It is a gentle correction. The small movements of a wise mind. As you grow older, your plan will evolve. Young years may be more about growth. Middle years may become more about protection. Later years may focus on comfort and giving. Each season of life needs a slightly different plan. Reviewing helps you adapt without fear. You are allowed to change. You are supposed to change. In the end, reviewing and adjusting gives you confidence. You are not guessing. You are checking. You are not hoping. You are steering. You are becoming a smart and calm investor who understands that wealth is a living journey. In the next chapter, we explore how money and life must grow together. Chapter 13: Money and Life Balance. Money is important, but it is not everything. A strong life needs balance. Too much focus on money creates stress. Too little focus on money creates problems. The 1-hour investor learns to walk between these two sides with calm steps. This chapter teaches you how to keep your financial journey healthy without losing the joy of living. Some people spend their whole life chasing more money. They work every hour. They miss time with family. They miss rest. They miss simple happiness. When they finally look up, they wonder where their life went. They were so busy creating a future that they forgot to live in the present. On the other side, some people ignore money completely. They say money does not matter. But money does matter when rent needs to be paid, when health must be protected, when children need support. Ignoring money does not create peace. It creates fear that grows quietly until it becomes too big to ignore. Balance is not a perfect middle point. Balance is a feeling. It is the feeling that you are taking care of your future without losing the beauty of today. It is the feeling that your money supports your life instead of ruling it. It is the feeling that you have enough, that you can breathe, and that you are free to enjoy the things that matter. The 1-hour investing method was created to support this balance. You spend only a small part of your week managing your money. The rest of your time belongs to your life, your relationships, your health, your dreams, your passions. This protects your mind from the heavy pressure that money can place on people. Money becomes a tool, not a master. One of the best ways to build balance is to know what matters most to you. Some people value family time. Some value learning. Some value travel. Some value creative hobbies. Some value peace and quiet. When you know what you value, you can use your money to support those values instead of chasing things that do not matter to your heart. Wealth without direction brings emptiness. Wealth with purpose brings meaning. If your purpose is clear, money becomes a servant that helps you build a life you love. This is the heart of balance. Another part of balance is knowing when to slow down. Life has seasons. There are seasons of growth when you earn more, save more, and build more. There are seasons of rest when you need time for healing, family, or reflection. There are seasons of celebration when you allow yourself joy without guilt. Balance means giving yourself permission to move through these seasons without shame. Many people believe they must constantly push forward, but pushing without rest destroys joy. A balanced investor knows when to work, when to pause, and when to enjoy the rewards of their effort. Rest is not weakness. Rest is part of long-term success. Another powerful part of balance is avoiding comparison. When you compare your life to others, peace disappears. You begin to feel behind. You begin to feel less worthy. But you do not know their story. You do not know their struggles. You do not know their sacrifices. Your journey is your own. Your timeline is your own. Your progress is your own. Let go of comparison, and balance will return to your heart. To stay balanced, you must also protect your emotional well-being. Money can trigger fear. Money can trigger guilt. Money can trigger pressure. When these emotions rise, pause and breathe. Remind yourself that you have a plan. Remind yourself that you are consistent. Remind yourself that small steps create big results. Calm actions lead to calm outcomes. A balanced financial life also includes generosity. Giving is powerful. Giving reminds you that money is not the center of your world. Giving brings meaning and connection. You may not have much to give, but even a small act of kindness can bring deep joy. Generosity opens your heart and softens your journey. To create balance, pay attention to your time as much as your money. Time is the true treasure of life. You can earn more money, but you cannot create more time. Spend your time wisely. Spend it with people you love. Spend it on work that matters. Spend it on experiences that lift your spirit. A balanced life honors time just as much as it honors wealth. Another helpful step is to design simple routines. When your money life is organized, your mind feels lighter. Your days feel calmer. Your choices feel clearer. Routines reduce confusion and create peace. Your 1-hour routine is part of this foundation. It keeps your financial world in order so your emotional world can rest. Remember that balance looks different for everyone. You must shape your journey to fit your values, your dreams, your energy, and your responsibilities. Do not copy someone else's path. Build your own. When you have balance, money becomes a support for life instead of a trap. It gives you options. It gives you calm. It gives you freedom. This is the real meaning of wealth. In the next chapter, we explore the final emotional anchor of long-term investing. The strength to trust the journey even when you cannot see every step ahead. Chapter 14. Trust the journey. Investing is a journey, not a race. The 1-hour investor learns this truth deeply. You will face days when the market feels uncertain. You will face moments when progress feels slow. You may wonder if your small actions matter. This is when trust becomes your most powerful tool. Trust means believing in the process you built. Trust means showing up even when results are not visible. Trust means knowing that steady effort, repeated week after week, will create a strong future. Trust allows you to act calmly instead of reacting with fear or greed. Many people quit too early. They give up when they cannot see growth immediately. They abandon their routines when the path feels long. They chase trends instead of following their plan. This is why so many fail. The journey is more important than the moment. Trust carries you through the slow and steady path that builds real wealth. Trust also means accepting what you cannot control. The market will rise and fall. Unexpected expenses may appear. Opportunities may be delayed. You cannot predict everything, but you can control your habits, your routine, and your mindset. This control is your anchor in uncertain times. Patience grows naturally with trust. When you trust the journey, you no longer panic during temporary setbacks. You no longer chase quick wins. You allow time to do what it does best. Small weekly actions become powerful compounding over years. Trust turns consistency into results. Another part of trust is self-belief. Believe that your simple habits matter. Believe that your 1 hour each week is enough to create progress. Believe that calm and clarity will outperform panic and noise. Self-belief is quiet, but it is stronger than fear. It gives you the courage to continue even when the world seems chaotic. Trust also grows when you celebrate small wins. Every week that you follow your routine, every small amount you save or invest, every habit you maintain, is a success. Acknowledging these small steps reminds you that you are moving forward. Trust builds slowly, like a muscle strengthened by repeated use. Sometimes life will test your patience. Markets may drop. Spending may increase unexpectedly. You may feel discouraged. This is normal. Trust is the skill that keeps you moving forward without giving in to panic. It reminds you that a temporary setback does not erase long-term progress. The journey is not only about wealth, it is also about growth as a person. As you trust the journey, you learn patience. You learn discipline. You learn focus. You learn how to manage emotions. These lessons are worth as much as the money you build. Trust allows you to enjoy the process. You no longer feel trapped by worry. You can live fully while your future grows quietly in the background. You can focus on family, health, learning, and joy without guilt. This balance is the reward of trusting your plan and your habits. The 1-hour routine, simple plans, steady saving, calm investing, and periodic review all work together to strengthen trust. Every step reinforces the idea that your journey is reliable. Even if results are slow, progress is happening. Even if challenges appear, your habits protect you. In the end, trust is the emotional anchor of wealth. Without it, even the best plans feel fragile. With it, even small efforts become powerful. With it, calm becomes your companion, not stress. With it, time becomes your ally, not your enemy. Trust the journey. Trust yourself. Trust your habits. Trust time. Step forward calmly, 1 week at a time. Let this trust carry you to a future where your wealth and life grow together in peace and strength. Epilogue. The journey of the 1-hour investor is simple, yet powerful. It shows that wealth is not built in a rush, but through small, steady actions repeated over time. By saving more than you spend, following a clear plan, and investing calmly, you protect your future and your peace of mind. This book is not about shortcuts or instant results. It is about building habits that last a lifetime. It is about understanding your mind, controlling your emotions, and trusting the journey. It is about letting time work quietly for you while you live your life fully. The 1 hour you dedicate each week is more than just money management. It is an act of care for your future self. It is proof that small, consistent steps create real strength. It is a path that turns simple choices into lasting security, freedom, and confidence. Remember, investing is not a race, and wealth is not only about money. It is about balance, patience, and wisdom. The steps are small, the routine is easy, but the results are profound. Follow this path, trust your plan, and your future will grow quietly, steadily, and strongly.